All right, we're live. What is going on? Salute to the tribe. What is happening? Let me bring up these other feeds real quick. You guys got late start going on. The kids had a 2-hour delay, so. But we up. We in this. Look, I got a clip from Love Dorsey. If you guys don't know who she is, then what can I tell you? But she's out here putting out relationship advice, and she puts out things about men and women. In this particular situation, she's talking about the women. Now, I also have a clip from this other guy who has a great lesson that I felt like needed to be spread. But with no further ado, let's get right into this. You guys smash that like button and subscribe. Make sure you do that. Let's go.
Leave good men. There are a lot of women nowadays that have conformed to this victim mentality. It's a lot of women that y'all in a space where you have left a good man alone, and your mind has told you that he wasn't a good man based on the hypothetical situations you created in your mind that aren't real based on your mismanagement of emotions. Everybody keeping up so far? Like, good niggas get left all the time. So this whole saying y'all keep telling yourself to make yourself feel better, like you didn't actually lose a good person, that's just a coping mechanism to make you feel like you're mostly right in all the failed relationships you've been in. I'm not saying a bitch reasons for leaving the dude alone is right or wrong. Not even speaking on that. But this whole concept that y'all hoes done grouped up and keep telling yourselves and reciting and sharing and posting that, oh, if you seen a decent woman leave the dude alone, like he wasn't no good dude, because ain't no woman that's a decent woman gonna leave a good man alone. They do it all the time, bitch.
Every day.
We do it all the time, bitch.
Every day. No lies told, right? All that cope that's being done online by these women is crazy. You know what I mean? Let's see what she's talking about right here.
3 signs you're dealing with a high-quality man. Number 1, he doesn't need validation from other people, especially other women. A high-quality man doesn't care what other people think about him because he knows it's none of his business anyway. Number 2, he values his time and yours. A high-quality man is not desperate for attention, so he won't flood your phone with messages all day long. Instead, he focuses on quality time and meaningful conversations. Number 3, a high-quality man doesn't have the time or need to play mind games with you. He knows that mind games are for immature little boys. 3 signs you're dealing with a high-quality man. Number 1.
All right, I like where she was going with that. I have to agree. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what this person's talking about.
Beware of those friends who are obsessed with you. You know, the ones that are a little bit too excited about being your friend? Red flag, because these people will turn on you. And when they do, that extreme love that they have for you will quickly turn into extreme hate, because these people usually don't have a middle ground, all right? They feel everything in extremes. It's actually quite scary. I'm gonna warn you right now, do not cut them off, because cutting them off cold will definitely trigger them. Just keep a distance and put them on what I like to call training wheels. You know, when you're learning how to ride a bike and all of a sudden you look back and you're like, oh wow, nobody's been behind me this whole time. What you got to do to them? Just put them on training wheels. Like, hey, you've been on your own. It's fine. You're doing great. See you later. I'm going to go this way. It's more of a gradual process, eases the bruise a little bit. Tread very lightly, but this is your warning. Okay. I hope this helps somebody. Beware of the.
Yeah, I would say cut them off automatically. I mean, maybe she's talking about with women, having to do things that kind of way, covert, whatever woman reason, but as a guy, nah, man. Cut him off automatically. Did I bring this one up the other day?
Nobody ever talks about that some of the lowest value guys are actually attractive. They're used to girls giving them attention, so they're used to getting all this external validation. They're used to.
Hey guys, I want you to understand the name of the game nowadays is mental manipulation through social media. So these women don't really have the guts enough to speak to these men directly or men directly. So they indirectly speak to you through posting up trigger bait content to get their meaningless points across. So just take it with a grain of salt. not that serious. Just remember what I said while these females are speaking.
Getting with a bunch of girls so they don't really need or want a relationship. They barely put in any effort because they're like, I'm just attractive, whatever. And they just are not the type of men that will make good husbands, fathers. Like, they are so used to women catering to them, giving them attention, that they really lack in the romance department. And a lot of the times, because they're good looking, they don't want to work hard. They're used to just getting what they want. And a lot of them don't have good work ethic. Am I the only one that notices this? Nope.
How would she know anything about their work ethic based off of the fact that they don't want to pursue her? They will say anything that they think that sounds good to get a bunch of broken women to trauma bond to this rally call, rally cry, and then try to look nonchalant. Like, these younger females are far worse with witchcraft through word spells than any other group of women, because they sit online all day long, just taking in different ways of speaking that is counterproductive, the best way to put it. And that's why a lot of the guys in their age bracket are not dating them. We're not going to date. It's just, all this talking, man, all this trigger bait for clicks and attention and money. You got to make a decision. Do you want to have a man, or do you want to trigger men to make money? You can't have both. Just going to be real about it. Super strange, the times we live in with these females. This dude right here got a pretty good video about male cope.
The top 5 signs you are an attractive man. Share this to someone you know that needs to build their confidence up, because I'm going to try to help them with this video right here. At number 1, we got no girls approach you. They think you are too good looking to approach you. I'm telling you.
Oh, man, is that music in the background? Bruh, come on, man. I was going to let you cook, man. Do better.
I think I've officially gotten to that point in life where I would much rather go to Chili's on a Saturday night than go out, get dressed up.
This is called, conceding, you guys. This is called waving the white flag here. I'm going to let her cook.
Go to a fancy restaurant and pay for things that just really aren't worth the price. I think I've officially gotten to that point in life where I would much rather go to Chili's on a Saturday night than go out, get dressed up, go to a fancy restaurant, and pay for things that just really aren't worth the price.
Yeah, man. See, now they're not talking about, this is, not worthy enough for a date. They're doing whatever they can to try to get you to think about going out there, spending money on women that have a roster, and you don't know when the last time they were bobbing on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Last time they bopped some dude off. So you have to be really careful out here. It's getting strange.
Men have video games and sports. What do women have? Like, they have golf. Sephora. We don't have there's no sport that girls go play all day long with each other on the weekends. Like, we don't have that. No, men have all these little activities that they get to do. And I'm like, what do we do? Exactly.
Torture men all day.
I'm like, interesting. I think about that all the time. I'm like,
this explains a lot of the reason why women sit around and be in their heads all day long, making up these weird ass scenarios and then acting off of them, because they don't have any hobbies and have anything else to do. Their hobby is torturing men and stringing us along.
What would life be like if I had hobbies on a regular, things to do on a regular basis that don't involve eating, drinking, or being on my phone, or the basics, I read? Men have video games and
that's what I'm telling you guys, man. Listen, it is a mess out here.
To those people who are just raw dogging life, no anxiety meds, no antidepressants, how does it feel to be God's favorite? To those people who...
It feels great. Salute to the rest of y'all out here, raw dogging life. I wanted to make sure I put that out here. That is crazy work right there, but I like what she said. You know what I'm saying? With the chicken salad sandwich in her hand. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely, definitely raw dogging life, having the time of my life. I do whatever I want, living my best life. Nothing stresses me out. I didn't know this wasn't something that everybody couldn't do. right? So yes, if you consider that raw dog in life, how does it feel being God's favorite? It feels amazing. Can't wait to rise and open my eyes every day.
Who are just raw dogging life, no anxiety meds, no antidepressants. How does it feel to be God's favorite? To those people,
It's gotta suck, man, being on meds. Maybe this one.
Women like to be pursued. Men, I think, like to feel like they're earning a woman.
Women like to be pursued?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of that comes from insecurity. Not you particularly, but I think that women like that.
Oh, man. That was smooth. Give it to him, man. Chad move. You know, like, yeah, that's insecurity, but not you. I'm just saying that idea, that concept. Yeah.
Idea of being pursued. You're just going to get a silent predator if you continue pursuing that.
No, I think women, you know, they like consistency and they like knowing that the man wants them.
Of course, to desire a woman and to pursue a woman are two very different things.
What is pursuing in your words?
Well, for example, in a lot of ways, you go on a date with a girl. Who's supposed to hit up who? Persistency, women typically think is desire. It's not desire. Desire is inviting somebody to be in your life. Now, there's also a certain point where he goes, hey, I'd like to see you tomorrow. And if there's an insecurity that a girl has and she goes, well, that's not enough. I want him to chase me.
Yeah. And I think that's playing games and I don't promote that.
Mm-hmm.
Women like to be pursued. Men, I think, like.
Destroyed her argument. That's what I'm telling you, man. They ain't trying to be hearing from you. You're making too much sense.
If you are a guy and you're talking to me and you tell me that you're scared of women, I know you're about to manipulate me. I know you're not lying. I know you're not scared of women. I know you've talked to women before. Any guy nowadays that tells you I'm scared of women, that's a liar. That's a manipulator. That man is going to break your heart. That's what he's going to do. That man's going to cheat on you. That man is going to put you in a 6-month situationship and then tell you at the end that he's not ready. That's what he's going to do.
Do you see what I'm saying, though, with these 20-something-year-olds? I'm doing a case study on them. It seems like everything they do is like a script. It's like they study stuff. Like, I swear, there's no, like I said, it's just the eyes are dead. And it's like they're reading a script, like they're putting on a performance. It's not real. This is why the guys don't want nothing to do with them. It's not real. It just seems like she's putting on a performance and she's regurgitating stuff in a performative way. She doesn't know nothing about life. She couldn't be no older than 25. So why are you on here speaking as if you're a seasoned vet in the game, but talking just so convincing and confident? Like, this is what they do. This is why the generation, can't be really taken that serious when they move like this. You're not really giving any respect to the game. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You're barely out of high school, what it looks like. And you're just talking about the side of your neck. Just, oh, yeah, he's going to cheat. If you're saying, oh, shut up. It's about clicks and views, man, rage baiting you. And they would prefer to have the money over having a real man. They would prefer the money, not your money, not just your money, but their own money over having a man, because no real man is going to ever, But I got one more here where I wanted to end this off on a constructive learning note. I gave you guys a really good, we kikied, we had a good laugh session. Now I want to cook this dude. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in a polite way. I gave y'all a bunch of good videos, but this dude is the whole motivation behind this entire live stream. Let's go.
I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected.
Hang on, I want you to look at this person's demeanor, his body language, and the way he chooses to present himself while he's trying to tell you what you should be doing with a certain kind of person or people that don't want any kind of criticism. Let's go. Look at this person.
Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected, right? If I can't tell you when you're wrong, if I can't give you constructive criticism, feedback, right? Let you know when you messed up.
How would he know when you messed up? Now, see, I'm going to let him cook for a second, but these ignorant kind of people with low IQs that can't even keep their composure together because they're upset someone don't want them telling them what to be doing with their life. I'm going to break it down to you why this makes no sense, why you should never do it, and why you should continue to piss these kind of people off that need people to need them.
For me, and I'm not for you, and that's okay. And end of story. That's that. End of story. Right? because what I understand in life is that real growth requires accountability, right? Real growth requires accountability. And if I can't tell you when you're doing something wrong and you feel as if you can't be corrected, then you're not supposed to be in my life and I'm not supposed to be in yours, right? Because real friends, real people in your life are not afraid to check you. They are not afraid to check you and tell you when you're wrong. And those are real people. Those are genuine people. Those are people who aren't counterfeit. They aren't fraud. Those are real friends. Real friends check you when you're wrong. They tell you when you're wrong. They tell you when things ain't going right in your life, either whether you like it or not, because it's going to help you grow. And real growth requires accountability, and you have to have accountability, period. And that's how you grow, right? So if you don't want to grow and you don't want to be corrected and you don't want to be told when you're wrong, you're not for me and I'm not for you. And that's okay. End of story. Stay away from people.
I really want to know who's begging to be this dude's friend. I want to know who's begging to be this dude's friend. Like, what are you talking about? Now, what I'm saying with this, and the reason why I brought this up is because this person right here doesn't seem like the kind of person that would give you sound advice. He seems very abrasive just for no reason, off a clip that he's making, not even reacting to anything. Look like he'd have been in a scuffle or two. I'm not saying he got that scar from a scuffle. Just seemed like the kind of person that's been in that kind of way. See, people like this, you know, wouldn't too much care, because I went through his comments and he's getting checked in his comments. He's not responding respectfully to anybody that's not agreeing with what he's saying in the video. Anyone that's saying anything against whatever he's saying, he's not responding, or he has something smart to say. So this is not sound advice from someone who is completely healed trying to get, no, this is a hurt person that wants to project their hurt on the other people. Because listen, it's easier to point out other people's what you perceive to be discrepancies in their life or things they need to work on than work on yourself. Now, what happens, why I don't listen to people like this, because I have a council of people. I have people that I go to that, whatever you call, check me, right? And that's the problem right there. They really want to tell you about yourself. See, a person that's checking you or helping your growth, it's going to be someone that you trust, that knows it's coming from a good place, good intentions. If that doesn't mean that, hey, listen, just because you're a friend or blood family doesn't mean you get to check me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You don't know where their intentions are coming from. They could have envy or jealousy of you, and they want to disguise it with constructive criticism and use the avenue of being a friend of the family or a longtime friend of yours or a blood relative. Listen, unless we're regularly interacting with each other and I'm opening up to you and asking for, you don't get to just run around and project on other people what you think is best for them. At that point, you're acting as God. And what you're also doing is letting me know you're a gossiper. Now, let me explain. People don't sit around and think about whatever you're doing wrong and think to themselves and talk to themselves, right? People hate to be alone. They're bringing it up to other people, bouncing ideas off of them as to what they think would be the best line of action for you in your life. And then you're the last one to know. And they'll call that like, oh, this is, no, my whole thing is how long did you think about, this constructive criticism or advice that you're giving me? Who all did you bring in on coming up with this advice that you're giving me? And why do you think that you know what's best if I'm not causing harm on myself, my child, or anyone else? Why do you think from a third person perspective, the outside looking in, that you know what's best and how I should move based off of what you've seen other people do, or based off of what you would like to see me do? Right now you're projecting onto me what you should probably be doing for yourself. I know that there's plenty of things for people to be doing outside of coming up with different ways to criticize other people that they don't know, when there's a ton of things in their own personal lives they could be working on. A ton of things. But it's easier to project outwardly like you got it together and then start going after people that aren't really doing things along with the societal norm. And the societal norm is people pleasing and you allowing random people to tell you about yourself. When has your parents ever raised you to take anything from a stranger? criticism can be anything. But you're so busy people pleasing due to this social media type of atmosphere that we have, that you feel like you have to justify and you have to allow someone that's watching your social media like a loser and watching you like they're watching an episode of their favorite show or movie. And you know how someone watches a movie and they're like, man, don't go in there, don't go in. How could he not see that? That's the doing with your life. Why would you take any advice from someone that's a loser like that? Not doing something else more constructive with their life. So you will go to them and ask them for their advice, because you can see that they'll bring something, for you and to you for growth. These kind of people that need people to need them are very dangerous, and they can't stand it when there's people out there like, no, I didn't ask for your advice. I don't need you disguising it behind whatever. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. They get mad, wig out, and start talking just like this.
Who don't want to be corrected. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from people who don't want to be corrected, right? If I can't tell you when you're wrong, if I can't give you constructive criticism, feedback, right? Let you know when you messed up, you're not for me and I'm not for you. And that's okay. And end of story. That's that. End of story, right? Because what I understand in life is that real growth requires accountability. Right? Real growth requires accountability. And if I can't tell you when you're doing something wrong and you feel as if you can't be corrected, then you're not supposed to be in my life and I'm not supposed to be in yours. Right? Because real friends, real people in your life are not afraid to check you. They are not afraid to check you and tell you when you're wrong. And those are real people. Those are genuine people. Those are people who aren't counterfeit. They aren't fraud. Those are real friends. Real friends check you when you're wrong. They tell you when you're wrong. They tell you when things ain't going right in your life, either whether you like it or not, because it's going to help you grow. And
it's not a real friend. Listen, or family. These are just losers that need people that need them. You don't just like randomly run around trying to get advice from everybody about what you have going on. And you don't let people that have no life, that are watching you like a movie or a Truman Show, project onto you what they think that you should be doing. If God didn't lead you to them, then you don't let them do. You don't know where their intentions are coming from. You don't know. This person right here definitely ain't somebody that I would ever get any advice from, just based off of how we moving and how we looking in this video. And the fact that he's being so aggressive with it lets me know he has a lot of passion behind it. And so something must have triggered this video. But again, dude, just because you think you know what's best for someone to do doesn't mean that that's the right course for them in their life. They're going along the path that, that they're going to do. You're born in this realm alone. You're going to leave this realm alone. So maybe sometimes you don't want to be listening to a bunch of people that think they know what's best for you when they don't really know you like that. They don't know what your plans are. They're from the outside looking in. You understand? So don't ever listen to people that are so hell-bent on you listening to them about you. You have to take criticism. You have to be able to, yes, from people that I trust, not from random losers who want to project their hatred towards me and hide it behind advice and constructive criticism. Do you understand?
Real growth requires accountability, and you have to have accountability, period. And that's how you grow.
Obviously, loser, but accountability doesn't mean you run into people and asking them what do they think about whatever you have going on, or someone volunteering it to you and you just listening to it because they feel like they're special. Come on, dude.
Right. So if you don't want to grow and you don't want to be corrected and you don't want to be told when you're wrong, you're not for me and I'm not for you.
Obviously, bro. And ain't nobody begging to be your friend, man. I don't know who you're targeting this video towards or if you're giving it in general, but whatever triggered this and whoever, you need to be man enough to go and talk to them directly and tell them how you feel. Okay, because this is bull BS advice. You're not giving no nuance. You're not saying, well, I'm speaking as if you're in a relationship or if someone comes to you. You're just saying this very broadly so I can pick it apart. I'm not going to give you grace and say, oh, he meant this. No, you're a grown man. I'm holding you accountable for your grown man words. You gave no nuance. So you're just saying people need to be taking advice from people and allowing those people to correct you, check you. No, very low IQ, dumb thing to say, based off emotion with no kind of, facts or basis in reality. Just speaking off emotion, like you're raised by a single mother. That's not good enough, man. It's not, especially with you looking like you've been in a tussle or two. It's not good enough. This is how you end up getting hurt, or this is how you end up getting a scar on your face or whatever, by running around, running your mouth to people that didn't ask you for nothing. And then thinking you're in the right because you think you see something that they don't. No one asked you. You're not born in this realm with a pamphlet that says, okay, in this part of your life, you'll be doing this, go down this alley, or otherwise you'll get right. Nah, you figure it out. Okay? You figure it out. This kind of BS, never listen to it. This is what I keep talking about, like word spells and like witchcraft through words. He's babbling in circles, man, just talking out the side of his neck. Basically because someone didn't want his raggedy, funky ass leftover advice. And he feels some type of way about it. You don't take advice from people you don't trust. You vet people. You have to be really careful about the information you take in. That's why I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch the news and none of that. All that stuff is a bunch of propaganda. You have to be very careful what you're allowing into your subconscious mind. And I'm not going to allow people that could have any kind of reason to try to make me feel like I ain't doing something right. I ain't got time for it. Everybody has an opinion. I don't have the time to be running around worrying about everybody's. I mean, that's the way it is. Live with it. But I'm going to leave y'all with that one. Go ahead, subscribe, join the tribe. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to leave a comment, you guys. We're chopping it up. You ain't got to agree, you know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my homeboy Moon. I'm perfectly fine with people not seeing where I'm coming from or whatever, and we just agree to disagree. There's no need to try to browbeat anyone into whatever your perspective is. We're two different people. We have different life experiences that brought us to this point. There's no need to feel like we're going to see eye to eye or have the same understanding just based off of, social norms that are telling us that we should. Listen, man, you got to think. You know what I'm saying? You got to start thinking. So again, drop a comment. You guys, for the algorithm, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I'm your brother. Love you, and I'm out.
In this game, you got to have that dog in you.
Made in America.